Hey, greetings everyone. Welcome back to Sean's Irish Whiskey Shelf. As always, a little bit of housekeeping at the beginning. All of us on YouTube who are content providers depend on you, our viewers, to click the like button and subscribe to our channels. It's how we keep the YouTube algorithms happy. So if you watch my videos and you like them, please consider clicking the like button. Takes just a second to go down there and click that little thumbs up. Also, if you don't want to miss any of my future videos, please consider subscribing. I'd love to have you as a subscriber. I try to put out one video a week at least, and I would love to have you as a subscriber if you're not already one of them. Also, quick reminders, Facebook. Sean's Irish Whiskey Shelf is on Facebook, so if you happen to use that platform, come check us out, and you can leave a comment on there, ask questions. If you leave a comment on the Facebook page, I'll answer. I'll answer if you leave a comment on the YouTube page. I enjoy chatting with my viewers, so by all means, check it out. Also, the Irish Whiskey Fans of America, they're also on YouTube. Great group of people. And if you want to learn more about Irish whiskey, I would highly recommend that you check those folks out. All right. So tonight's video is going to be rather short. As you can see, we only have 2 bottles. And this is a bit of a correction from the last video. So you may recall that we did single malt whiskeys on the last video, single malt Irish whiskeys. And I talked a lot about how many of them had that, or had what I consider to be a kind of a peaty taste. And that's not really the case. So someone on Irish Whiskey Fans of America sent me a private message and chatted with me a little bit about the single malt Irish whiskeys. The only one in that last video that was technically peated was the Connemara. That's that one right there. And it actually says right on the bottle, you know, peated single malt Irish whiskey. So this is the only one that actually has a true peated taste. It's actually gone through the process of drying the malted barley using peat. The rest of them don't do that. And apparently what you will taste if it's not a peated malted barley is just the malt taste, what's there from the malting process. So reminder, a malted Irish whiskey, they take the barley and they soak it in water, heat it up so that the barley will germinate, sprout, and then once it gets to the point where they're satisfied that they don't want any more germination, they will then cool it down and then dry the barley. And that is the malting process that releases sugars and other flavors by doing that. So when they dry that barley, you can do it using peat, making a smoky flavor using peat, and Connemara uses that process. So do a great number of Scotch whiskeys. Otherwise, they just dry the barley and without using peat. And when you taste a malted Irish whiskey, if it doesn't have that peat taste, it will still have kind of a malty taste. So a little bit of a correction from that last video. I was apparently probably leading you wrong as you watched it, saying, oh, this has a peaty taste, and it's not peat. It's just the malt taste. This one was peaty. Definitely wasn't my taste profile. So, but what I have for you this evening are 2 bottles of single malt Irish whiskey. Tasted one of them on the last video, the Drumshanbo, and that was my favorite. Just by a little tiny bit, over the Limavady. Would probably want to do a blind taste test with the two of them at some point, but that was just a teeny tiny favorite. What we didn't taste, though, is the Bushmills 10-year-old single malt. So, figured, well, we're going to talk about single malt, and I'm going to do a correction. So, hey, let's try these two. See how it goes. So first up, from Bushmills, one of the oldest distilleries, if not the oldest distillery, depending on who you ask, in Ireland. We have the Bushmills Single Malt, 10-year-old. It's pretty obvious. It's been aged for 10 years, triple distilled, and it is 80 proof, 40% alcohol, 80 proof. And this is, I'm trying to see if they say whether it's chill filtered or not. And I don't see it on here. Does not say non-chill filtered. So let's give Bushmills 10-year-old single malt a try. It's not too shabby. It's not too shabby at all. That malted taste is not strong at all. That's a very nice, smooth Irish whiskey. Yeah, I could see me drinking a lot of that. All right, Drumshanbo, the 2022 Galanta, which took my top spot from the last video. It's got a little bit more of the malty taste. It is equally as smooth. All right, let's get that right. Both of these are very smooth. Nice, smooth, enjoyable drops of whiskey. But I gotta tell you, there's no competition. This Bushmills right here, for being a single malt, yeah, that's really good drop of whiskey. I'm gonna have to have another one. Better try one more and make sure, you know, it wasn't false. Oh my goodness. Hey, this is a good whiskey right here. I would drink the Drumshanbo Galanta anytime, any place. But if you give me a choice between the two, this one right here, folks, Bushmill 10. Very smooth, and just not a lot of that malt flavor. So I would say that Bushmills 10 is the best single malt that I have on my shelf right now. There are a lot of bottles, or not a lot, a number of bottles on my shelves that are a blend of single malt and something else, usually single malt and single grain. We'll try some of those. However, on the next video, I have some single grain. I think I have 3 bottles of single grain. So we'll look at that and talk a little bit about what makes a single grain Irish whiskey versus a single malt. Like I said, quick video tonight. That's really all I have for you this evening. So with that, I'm going to hope that you all enjoy your Irish whiskey, but you do so responsibly. And until we meet again, I hope that you will be well and be safe and take care. Bye now.